In lovely loves. So the channeled messages or telepathic messages, I can't quite figure out which have been on and popping like on 10,000. So again, I don't know if they align to me personally or to you or somebody that's just like in my energy field that could be a part of this collective. I was hearing things about weddings, and so that may indicate that somebody that is in your energy field now or will, I would say within the next 3 months, is going to be on like them wedding, marriage vibes. But before I speak about something that isn't relevant or resonant here, we're going to see what comes through in these cards. Holy Spirit, please surround us. I didn't even get to say it. First card here is self-confidence. So find the confidence within yourself to continue moving forward. That light is driving me nuts. It continues to blink. I don't know if you'll be able to tell in this video, but sometimes there are technical glitches and things that I just cannot help. Next we have embrace your inner child. That is crazy, because as I didn't see this card, I was feeling the vibe and the energy. As I was thinking about this self-confidence, I was thinking about leaning in on self-love, filling your abundant cup until it overflows, and even embracing your inner child by just leaning in on lightheartedness and fun. As soon as I began this reading, right, I was a little bit more silly and lighthearted in my energy field. So that may even indicate someone that's coming through in this reading. But by having self-confidence, that would even help you to embrace your inner child. And when you embrace your inner child, that will help with your self-confidence. Embracing your inner child can come to us in a multitude of multifaceted ways: singing, dancing, playing ball, doing something basically that lights you up from the inside out from when you were a child, even swinging on swings, sliding down a slide, swimming in a pool, just being around children or even animals in that lighthearted, free-flowing energy. Going back to this self-confidence card, I know in many of my readings, and I've even saw it in other readings just recently, so that also allows for me to know that I'm aligned with the energy of the collective. There have been messages of body dysmorphic disorder coming through. So if that is something that you are overcoming and you are working through currently, my heart goes out to you. And, you know, that's not always easy to navigate, most especially when it comes from the inner well of ourselves that was conditioned from our ancestral bloodline generationally, because that stuff doesn't just come out of nowhere. And in fact, it can affect anybody at any age. Like, body dysmorphic disorder does not have any bias. It can hit you at any age, any time, any gender. You know, it doesn't matter if you are a multi-billionaire and you've had hundreds of thousands of dollars of work done on you. There still always may be something that comes up that you feel as though is not perfect. But I'm just here to tell you, and you know, we all work through different things as well at different times in our lives and at different ages. So somebody that you grew up with that may have had that same sort of mental mindset, they may have already overcome that. It may have come from peers. Not everybody's situation is going to be the same, but it's almost like when you look in the mirror, you don't see yourself for who it is that you are. And you may have even been bigger or thicker in your past life, but like in this life, but in the past, and you may have lost a lot of weight, but you still see yourself as that person that was in a heavier form. And again, my heart goes out to you if you are experiencing such. But this may also indicate that you have experienced great adversity as far as and in terms of self-confidence, and you might be the generational curse breaker when it comes to that. So that's heavy, right? Do be mindful of that. But when, again, you embrace your inner child, you take it back to that time before you felt as though you had to be a bully against yourself. And again, sometimes that comes outside of ourselves. It literally just is a mirror of what you grew up seeing. And for some of us, we did have our ancestral guardians that for generations we had seen like picking themselves apart in front of a mirror or in front of ourselves, and not realizing the ramifications that that carries into the next generation, because we are essentially a mirror of what we grow up seeing, believing, and even having to grow through and go through. So that may have been an imprint from your childhood, and that may be keeping you from stepping into this self-confidence fully. Do take the messages as they align for you specifically. All right, what can we get in terms of love? We are here for love messages, please. All right, so now we have detach from the outside noise. So in order for you to even lean in on your self-confidence the best way that you know how, it may just be imperative right now for you to be in your own understanding of yourself, the inner well of your being, and what it is that you know to be truth for yourself. There may be the voice and the noise of those who have kind of bullied you or made you feel as though you were inadequate, and that may be something that you are also working through, to lean in on your own belief of self-confidence as opposed to what anyone else has ever told you. Again, with the family and hearing that, that may be replaying in your mind as well. When you look in the mirror, you may feel as though you're looking at your ancestor standing there. And again, this can hit at any age, any race, any cultural belief, no matter where you live, no matter what your wealth bracket is. A lot of people deal with self-confidence issues, and they don't stem from us originally, though we end up being the one then who is almost like that bully, and that voice, like our own voice is there telling us, you're not good enough, you this, you that, you know? No, we're not going to be doing that anymore. We're just going to get one more of these big messages. I really thought that they were going to be more in line with love, but I don't typically get these because they're not always, right? So usually I'll stick with my favorite deck. But I wanted to see what was going to come out here for you guys. So now we have Once in a Lifetime. And this reminds me of a song by Craig David. I believe the title of the song is Once in a Lifetime. So there may be a once in a lifetime opportunity on the horizon, but you have to detach from the outside noise, lean in on self-confidence, and maybe even embracing your inner child may align with a dormant childhood dream that is only once in a lifetime. Someone else might have had a once in a lifetime opportunity or chance to connect with you, and we'll see what else, comes up here. Again, my readings are multifaceted, so do only take the messages that align, are resonant, and pertain to you. All right, so Holy Spirit, what messages can we get for guidance for those? Wow, I didn't get too far, did I? Thank you so much. Okay, so now we have total package vibes. This person's coming in on total package vibes, but they may feel also that you are the total package vibes as well. When you unite or reunite, you may be that total package vibes. There may be a plot twist that is occurring in your life to bring you the total package. So it may even be that this person and you are divine counterparts. It may align, it may not, and that you have contracted work to do together. But it doesn't have to be. It may even be that in a certain field you have a certain skill set and this divine counterpart has another skill set, and you come together and it's like an explosion, like, oh my gosh, I never even knew this was possible for myself as far as in love and career. I never knew that it could be connected and we wouldn't get annoyed with one another or irritated or any of that, right? So now we have co-create with God and the divine. So make sure that God and the divine is in this relationship. And I'm just gonna say it because it's showing up here like this. This may be a divinely guided relationship connection, and you may be divine counterparts. What that means is that you may be twin flames or soulmates, and your love may span lifetimes. This life is a one-time offer. Use it wisely. Then we have once in a lifetime. So make sure that you are living in the fullness of yourself with this self-confidence. Do not allow for the outside voice and noise of others to take you off of your purposeful path. Even if, and I don't want to say purposeful path because a lot of people feel as though they come here and they have a purpose. Our purpose is to live and exist and to have fun and be lighthearted. Our missions are different. I'm learning. Okay. We do have missions to complete here, but as far as our purpose goes, a lot of people, myself included, felt as though we have a purpose. Our purpose is just to exist. There is really no purpose outside of that. But, you know, as healers and light workers, there are missions within that. So I just wanted to mention that. But don't let anyone take you off of your path. Don't let anyone steer you away from what it is that you know to be truth for yourself. And sometimes people only have a one-time opportunity to make a first impression. Maybe somebody already came into your life and they had their time that they should have understood you and valued you in the integrity of who it was that you were then and growing into who it is that you are now. Let's see what else. Your future is predicted to be less heavy and more bright. And with embracing your inner child and me just talking about that silly, fun, lighthearted energy, right, that I started this reading with, you know, your future is predicted to be less heavy and more bright. If you are dealing with financial burdens, those are about to be eradicated. If you feel as though your love has been wasted, it's about to be brought back around to you. And what I'm feeling is that there is a surprise on the horizon. This moon is going to offer different energy. The retrograde is going to be a little bit wonky and funny with energy there, but humanity as a whole, we're moving into different paradigm. And so that may mean that somebody from the past may be coming back around. We'll have to see. And I'm going to ask Spirit to give us clarifying and validating messages as to who this may pertain to. Oh, wow, here we have it. And this is why I've been speaking about the body dysmorphic disorder. It says count memories, not calories. That comes up in several of my readings. So somebody tuned in is dealing with overcoming body dysmorphic disorder. It may even align with both of you because more often than not, when we have a divine counterpart, again, we are mirrors to each other, just like we are mirroring our guardians as we grow up. So this is indicating as well that there are memories that were made with this person, and they want you to lean in on the happy, light, bright, and upful times that you had shared with one another. All right, what else? What other messages? Ooh, okay. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So now we got, and I didn't even know. Yo, check it. I did not even know that all of these once in a lifetime messages existed, even within my card decks. So this one says once in a lifetime kind of love, twin flame, or soulmate. That's 3 once in a lifetime. But I just want to say, like, even though it says once in a lifetime, that may even mean once in every lifetime, right? This kind of divine, deep connection and partnership may span lifetimes, but I don't want to speak on something unless we come to it. Now we have release burden. What is it that you're still holding on to and carrying from your past that can be perceived as baggage? Is it inner child healing that needs to take place from childhood trauma? Are you carrying shadows from abandonment wounds, rejection wounds, even things from your generational ancestry, from experiences here that did not turn out very well, but you didn't heal, overcome, and grow through? You're being asked to release that. Release perfectionism because it's an illusion, and we wear a false mask in this world due to the jaded perceptions from conditions, cycles, pattern that became the program of our lives, right? There are things that are very elusive that we unfortunately have been predestined to have cast and projected onto us. Even when it comes to this card here, which says detached from the outside noise, there may have been a third party in this situation that may have thought that they were giving solid advice, but they may have been coming from their jaded perception and false mask of wounds that they have not overcome and grown through themselves. Sometimes that can even be a parent. It's not that they don't want their child to move on and find love in life, though there may be a bit of envy or jealousy that comes up when it comes to that. It's just that they know the level of depth of hurt that their child has gone through, and they don't want anything to break their child. Like, they want to be that protector over their child to make it that their child does not experience any more hurt. But that's not healthy. And in order for us to grow through what we go through, we have to go through it on our own, right? We can't hold our child's hand through everything in life, most especially when they are an adult. And maybe we should have been doing that when they were a child. So next we have make room for the fruition of manifested desires and miracles. This is coming up in almost every reading. So get ready, because your manifested desires are on their way. Now we have support is on the way, relax. So we spoke about the divine and how you should lean in on co-creating with the divine and God. Well, if you haven't been, you have been. If you don't believe you've been, just look at how certain things have showed up in your reality due to your energetic signature. And I just want to take a moment to speak about that, because we ourselves are not taught manifestation in the true fullness of the manifestation process from the beginning to the end. We are only told to send our request out into the universe. But even before you send that request out, you need to make sure that you are releasing these burdens that are no longer serving, even as far as and in terms of this jaded perception from a body dysmorphic viewpoint. Release the thought that you are not supported, because you are divinely supported. and protected at all times. I know that it said support is on its way. Support has already been here, involved in this entire connection the entire time. Because if you are co creating with God and the divine, that is what you will manifest. Now, going back to what it is that I wanted to get into, I kind of lost my train of thought. That's not for a reason. Now, this is twice I wanted to speak about this. There may be somebody pulling on my energy in a certain regard so that this message doesn't come out. But the manifestation process, before you even send anything out, you need to make sure that you're lighthearted, that your chakras are aligned and balanced, that your auric field is completely cleansed, and that you're vibrating at the highest vibrational frequency to send your manifested request to the divine in the right balanced aligned energy to reach your manifested desire in the highest vantage point of love. But also you want to be specific about what it is that you are manifesting. And if you are coming from a place of fear or anxiety, that is going to be like a third party in your situation. It's a block, it's a blockage. You're not going to be able to move through and actually manifest anything when you are in lack, limitation, when you feel as though, oh my God, I sent it out, but it's not going to come to me, right? You have to basically follow up with your energy output to be like, no, this is coming in the way that I want it to, and I'm going to continue to think positive thoughts about it. I'm not going to let fear override my logic. It's faith over fear, love over hate, life over death, that sort of vibe, right? So if you've been out here and you've been trying to manifest and you're like, well, damn it, like I've been doing this and I've been manifesting and I've been you may not be even doing anything wrong. You may have been taught the correct way that we're taught, but there may be some steps that are missing. And we want to make sure that we are in the highest vibrational frequency. We don't want to carry things, burdens and baggage from the past, from our past relationships, the abandonment, the trauma, the rejection, sometimes even persecution and humiliation. And we don't even know sometimes that we are carrying these things, or even where they have been rooted, because some of them have been rooted in other lifetimes. So now we have powerful sense of belonging. This also continues to come out. So you're finding your powerful sense of belonging within yourselves individually, and when you are brought together, you also will be enabling that within one another. But due to the fact that you may be in separation, you may be giving each other that powerful sense of belonging at this time as you both grow through what you go through. So I'm just going to see what other messages, Spirit. All right. So now we have beyond blessed. Miracles are unfolding. So I do have cards. I believe it's in this bigger deck. One of them says miracles manifest, and one of them says manifest miracles. Now, obviously, those are two entirely different messages. But let's see here. Spirit guides, can we get anything as far as, woo? Okay, I was going to say manifestation. Obviously, more than one card came out. If you could see, there are several here. I do like to keep some order, though. Let's just see what came out. Now this says divine guidance, intervention, shielding, and protection. So again, this may have been a divine intervention due to the fact that you are unequally matched or balanced at this time, because there are things that need to be worked through for one or both of you. You were made to make a difference. That's beautiful coming through this reading. So that may align with both of you. And that also continues to come up almost in every reading, that you are both starseed light workers and warriors. So now we have new beginnings. This may be a new beginning with a past person, or this may be an entirely new beginning, a new chapter that can be written with a new individual, or you will just be moving into this new beginning of confidence, finding that powerful sense of belonging within yourself, not allowing for the external voice and noise of the outside world to take you off of balance, and continue co-creating with God no matter what. But blessings and miracles are on their way. So just know that with your level up and the next version of yourself, it's going to require a level up of growth, right? So that may be scary sometimes. Blessings pour in. I love this card, and I don't get this card very often, but where was that? Beyond blessed, miracles are unfolding, and then blessings pour in. And of course, we have had how many manifestation cards come out here. So these are in alignment, even though it's not speaking about manifested miracles or miracles manifest. This is speaking about the miracles themselves. You are beyond blessed, and blessings are ready to pour in. You have to be open to receive them, though. Make sure you're in receptive mode. Zoom out to see the full picture. So I have a coin that represents that. I will be right back. Okay, I'm just going to show you the coin like this. Hopefully you can see it and it's coming in clear. It looks like the thinking man with a maze in his brain, and it says zoom out to see life as it really is. So imagine for a moment that you're the bird. It says the view from above. Imagine you're that bird and you're only seeing the trees. You're not seeing the mountains. You're not seeing the water. You're not seeing everything. Make sure that you're not seeing just one minute detail of this connection, or even within regards to yourself. Pull your eye away so you can see everything in the fullness of what it is that it is, you know? Allow for yourself to see everything from the highest vantage point of perspective and in love. Next, we have East Coast. You or this other person may reside on the East Coast, or when you come into alignment or realignment, you may move to the East Coast. You have misplaced anger and resentment. Somebody may have a jaded perception from a trigger or something that they feel should have taken place for themselves in life, and they may be projecting onto you that they have not leveled up in a certain regard, or that the divine has not brought you into alignment or realignment before now. It may even be that you have this person blocked in a way that they are unable to exchange reciprocal communication. Now we have absolute facts 100, and I don't always get this card, but I love when it comes out. So what it is that I'm speaking about here is 100% facts. Now we have live all the way out loud. So don't worry about how it is that your light shines onto someone else's shadows, because you were made to shine. You were made to have a voice and take up space and shine in the fullest light of who you are at all times, unapologetically. Now we have honor and respect. So honor and respect yourself, honor and respect your mission and your purpose. As well, this other person will honor and respect you. You will honor and respect them. Also, make sure that you are clocking things for what they are and honoring yourself in that way. Don't just let things like slide if something really is significant, or you want to discuss something, or something is pulling at your heartstrings. Honor and respect yourself enough to speak on it. Now we have slow down. So somebody may be angry because they want this connection to have already happened. They may have everything they could ever want, wish, hope, dream, or desire in their life, and they're done waiting. Like they're sick of all of these other things coming in the way, their cycles, the third party, the external voice and noise of the outside world, even as far as the divine intervention, they may not have the cognitive awareness that that took place for a reason, but everything does happen by divine design and in perfect right time. Now we have show-stopping baddie. So again, due to what it is that people have jaded you to believe about yourself, this person thinks that you are a show-stopping baddie, and you're being encouraged to be that show-stopping baddie. Now we have hold the intention. So again, in your confidence, remain in that. Do not allow for anything or anyone to pull you from the confidence that you have grown into. You know the refinement period and the rebirth and how many times we grow through those things in life and the level of depth that they hold. So allow for yourself to hold the intention of love, hold the intention of self-confidence. Remember to continue manifesting with the divine. So now we have gains. So you guys are both going to be each other's gain, but also, again, this may align with work, and that financially you may be receiving gain in that regard. I'm going to pull more messages here. Now we have it's prime time, baby. So right now you are supposed to be on and working and growing through what it is that you go through, releasing the burdens that no longer serve, leaning in on embracing your inner child healing, moving through the shadows of the things from the past that are no longer serving, so that you can be in the right balance, aligned energy for when this person comes back around. If you decide that you want to have another beginning, remember with the new beginnings, now we finally have one of the messages that I was speaking about. Miracles manifest. So remember how I spoke about manifest miracles. That's the beginning process. This is the ending. The blessings are coming. Your miracles have been manifested, and they are ready and on their way to you. You just have to make sure that you are in alignment to receive them. So what other messages? Any clarifying as far as to who may be coming through? Okay. So now we have a bunch of angel numbers here. If any of these angel numbers are significant, they may hold symbolism just by you looking at them, or if you are interested, you may do a deeper dive by exploring them on Google. If you are single, in a relationship, or as far as twin flame, or just in love generally. Now we have take a risk, step out of your comfort zone and try something new. So that now that's 2 times that new came out here. And again, with me speaking about leaning in on your inner child and even dormant childhood dreams from the past, they may lead you into this reunion with this person. Again, only take the messages that align and are resonant. Don't try to make something fit, right? We're not here to force messages or force readings or make somebody believe something that's not actually truth. Seeking reassurance. So somebody may be seeking reassurance at this time that they are the one that you want to have this new beginning with. They may be absolutely terrified, thinking that someone else has your attention and your energy on them, and they don't have a way to contact you or be in communication currently. So again, do take what pertains only. What else? Can we get some zodiac signs or anything else that aligns? All right, guys, this might be it for the messages because more came out than what I had anticipated. Early to late 40s to 50s, that may be you or this divine counterpart or someone else external to you. So if it doesn't fit for you or this divine counterpart, do take it as it applies. You're protected beyond measure and loved unconditionally. Always, this person loves you unconditionally as well. You made them. But again, you are fully protected and supported by the divine. That came out here, I don't know how many times. That is a significant message that somebody needs to know. And they may be in fear and anxiety over that, like not knowing if they're coming from their highest vantage point and perspective due to all of this other shit that's pulling on their energy field at this time. Now we have early to late 60s on up. These two, as far as the ages, continue to come out in my readings that may be even the ages that you are when you come back into reunion with one another, if it doesn't align, apply, or have resonance with you, this person, or an outside individual. So now we have life is about to get fun. Buckle up, baby. That's beautiful. I love that. So get ready. Again, how many times have I said it? Get ready. Allow for yourself to be open to receive. Do the shadow work that is necessary and required. Make sure that your chakra system and your auric field is shining bright and you don't have any outside external force of anyone else's energy in your field. So now we have manifested dream desires are coming into fruition in perfect right divine design and time. The timing that had occurred in the past as far as the alignment with you and this other individual may not have been the right time. Things happen where we are brought into each other's lives and then we are separated because there is the inner work that still needs to be done. But your manifested dream desires are on their way and you worked hard to get to this place and state to where you can receive. But again, it will only happen in the right divine time. Not when we want it to happen, not when we think we're ready, when the divine thinks that we are ready, when the divine knows that we are ready, and this other person, because of the fact that this was a separation and a divine intervention, that means that the divine did not want you to be hurt or this person. And they knew that there was still work that needed to be done. Now we have limitless possibilities, opportunities, and potentialities exist. Stop stressing. So you may be ruminating. Release control of what is going to occur, release the attachment to a certain outcome, and allow for yourself to be in that free-flowing energy because it's about to get fun, right? Okay, so now we do have a zodiac sign. This one is Aquarius, January 20th to February 18th, and it embodies the numbers 1 and 2 in the tarot. So the number 1 represents new beginnings, potential, and raw energy. So again, we had that new beginnings come through here twice. The number 2 represents balance, duality, choices, and partnership. So there you go. This may indicate that in the Aquarius season that you are brought back into reunion, or this zodiac sign may align with you or this divine counterpart. Now we have, it will never be perfect. Make it work. Life. So again, with the perfectionism, I guess you could say like even imposter syndrome with us wearing the false mask. Life is never perfect. Nobody is perfect. Life, love, and people are all messy, and we can only operate from our level of growth that we have ascended to. strongly believe that you that are tuned in here may be more elevated and evolved and have ascended a bit more maybe than your counterpart. But again, do take the messages as they align, and if something doesn't align to you and it aligns to them, that's great. I don't typically speak about gender roles, though roles may be reversed. Activate and embrace self-empowerment. We started this reading with self-love, so now activate it. Make it be that you are shining your light unapologetically, and if people cannot experience you within the fullness of who it is that you are, they can put on a pair of shades or sunglasses. They can ingest you in bite-sized pieces, or better yet, they don't have to even be involved in your energy or your physicality at all. Okay? So activate and embrace, activate and embrace. You can activate self-empowerment through affirmations, mantras, even doing energy work to help you release what no longer serves, or to bring your chakras into aligned balance. Now we have move in silence. External interference stops opportunities and progress. Be more private. So you don't have to not reveal everything, right? But in certain regard, keep your cards close to your chest. Everybody does not need to know about what is going on with you, or even in regards to this connection or perceived relationship. Outside noise, outside voice and noise does interrupt and delay, and sometimes there are distractions that come up because you tell someone that you think that you can trust, not really realizing that they may be like a monitoring spirit. They may even have an entity attachment to them that is not of the light as well. If they are perceiving things from their jaded lens of perception, they're not going to see you, this connection, or any relationship from the highest vantage point of perspective, because they don't even see their selves, their life, what they've overcome in love. They're seeing it from their shadow aspect of things that they have not worked through. And just make sure you're moving in silence if you can. So now we have protected on every. I did cut it out of this video, but my nose started itching a lot when this protected on every level came out. I don't know if that has a spiritual significance in a certain way, but this is like the 5th or 6th time that protected came out. And that is absolutely beautiful to receive over and over and over again, the clarification and validation that you are divine counterparts. There was a divine intervention due to healing that needs to take place. It is a fated, destined partnership. But again, it may only just be that one time that they had to come in and prove themselves to you and to see you from the highest integrity of who you were or are, and they may not have. They may be coming from their jaded lens of perception as well, with adversity that they have had to grow through. I'm highly favored and divinely protected. Again, with the divine protection that has come through at least 6 to 8 times here. Individually, you are protected. As far as this relationship goes, you are protected. Somebody needs to hear that. Somebody is, I mean, when I speak about that they are living in fear and anxiety, and to a point where there are tears that are shed, they're absolutely exhausted. They are exhausted growing and going and moving through their own things, but then also maybe even living in regret and remorse for the fact that this connection is now in a state of separation, and they don't have a way to communicate with you to let you know how it is that they feel and what it is that they want to transpire with you. Maybe they were being an avoidant at a certain point in time, and you reached a level where you were like, okay, I'm done. Like, I've given enough, and I'm not going to live in vain anymore by not receiving reciprocation from you as far as communication or anything else. You may have had to have that self-confidence within yourself to realize it's your time, not your time to be pulled in 100 different directions by someone who hasn't done the inner work that is necessary and required for them to evolve to the next level for themselves. All right, so I just want to see if there's anything else. Oh, okay. There is a card that keeps coming into my awareness, and it was on the top of the deck, so we're going to speak about that as well. But here we go. Experienced great adversity. So you both have experienced great adversity. That means that people have not accepted you for who it is that you were and that you are currently. And as well, they projected jealousy, envy, selfishness, greed. Some people did not want others to find the happiness within themselves. The fact that great adversity came up here, someone was interfering, interceding, and being a disruptor here. That's the third party of the external voice and noise. Again, whether it was on your end, on their end, or someone outside of both of you that you are unaware of. You may both have grown up to feel as though you were the black sheep or the black swan in every regard in life. You may have not been accepted or felt like you had that sense of belonging with anyone, ever. But this person here from the past may have given you that sense of belonging, and now you can't find that anywhere with anyone. You may have even attempted to release them, thinking that they are the burden that you continue to hold on to because it's so difficult for you to navigate what has occurred and move into what may. So great adversity. So now we have someone consistently is losing sleep over you, and that again is with that, it's almost like a mental prison that this person is stuck in, and they are continuing to be looped back to the same thoughts that are not positive. They have to overcome that and grow through that. Now we have built to last. So when you come back into alignment, if you come back into alignment, if that is a choice and decision that you make, it will be that this love is built to last. But even you're built to last. You are that unstoppable baddie, right? That show-stopping baddie. So regardless, you're gonna be on top no matter what. This is the one that was on top of the deck that I continue to see coming out of the shadow and into the light. So again, that may be a shared togetherness of both of you. You may be both working through the inner standing of yourselves by removing and releasing the baggage and the burdens that are no longer serving. And again, that is not always, that's not easy to navigate either, because we don't always know where things are originally rooted, where to begin, how to process or assess certain things. These are not things that are taught in school, but they should be, because they are life skill sets, and we need to know how to move through things. All right, so now we have another zodiac sign, Scorpio, October 23rd to November 21st. So again, that may be as far as the zodiac sign of another individual, you, or external voice and noise of the outside world, or a season that this partnership comes into manifestation. So the 10 in the tarot represents completion, finality, and manifestation. So this is that you are coming into that completion and finality together. You will come into alignment when you do the necessary work that is required. Now, and I think I'm going to close it after this. I was going to grab some letters and some names. I think I'm just going to keep it to this because this is already going so long already, but we're going to do clarifying and validating messages that want to come out here in terms of this connection. Anything that can give us more messages, maybe even messages from your divine counterpart specifically. Ooh, right. So now we have limited beliefs. Somebody has a limited belief due to the conditions of society. Maybe they believe that they cannot come into union with you for a certain reason. They may not be coming through with communication because they are coming from the jaded lens of their perception. Now we have fear, doubt, and insecurity. I spoke about that. So that now is coming through definitively. And remember, we cannot manifest from the highest of ourselves if we are residing in fear. So you're only going to receive lack if you are manifesting in lack. You're not going to get who it is or what it is that you truly deserve and desire. What else? Ooh. Incoming apology. So somebody knows that they owe you an apology. They live in regret and remorse all the time. So this is new. We haven't had that within this mix of all the messages that came through. But that means that communication is on its way. So get ready. Remember, life is about to get fun. Whether it's with this person or by yourself, maybe even they come in and they give you closure or validation and clarification in a certain regard, and you're like, you know what, I can finally let this go and release the weight of it from my shoulders and move forward. Now we have be empowered in self-love. So there were several messages that came through with the self-confidence, with the activate and embrace self-empowerment. There's another one in there. I was searching for it, but it was like, that you guys are the empowerment for each other. So be empowered in self-love. Make sure that you are pouring into your love cup until it overflows, so you can give from that abundant overflowing. You're not giving from your innate energy supply. I did see soul deep. Let's see if that comes out here or not. Most times I speak about it and it doesn't. But unstable life-work balance is causing a block regarding a relationship. So that is also something that continues to come up here. This person, again, may be a mirror of what it is that they were brought up to believe. So instead of their parents having effective, healthy, open communication and speaking about their feelings, they may have thrown themselves into work as like a defense mechanism. And though working is admirable, and of course we all have to have a livelihood in order to survive here, that may have, in fact and indeed, became a third party in this situation because they were working while you were healing. So now you have ascended to a level above them, and they need to take that first step and allow for the staircase to open and continue taking that, the next steps so that they can evolve to be on the same level playing field as you, so that you can meet and reach each other where you're at. Otherwise, you're up here and they're going to continue to stay down here, and they will be met with karmic partners. The things will be manifested from lack and conditioning, and the things that they don't want to receive and haven't worked through may come up again and again to keep them, in these looped cycles, so that they can not find their way out. But they are finding their way out, and they are also finding the empowerment within themselves when they pour into their own love cup. It can't be that they want to just fall on you all the time to help them. be empowered within themselves. They have to empower themselves as well, you individually, before you can be brought back into union in whatever way that means for each one of you. So now we have your voice is my favorite sound. So somehow this person hears your voice. Maybe you do readings such as myself or voice work. You may be a musician. There are a multitude of ways that someone could be hearing your voice. So now we have challenging connection. Of course, we know it's a challenging connection because this whole reading has been stating that it's a challenging connection. What else? Ooh. Okay, so this one wanted to come out too. Communication is coming. So now that's that validation of that incoming apology. And of course, it will be up to you whether you decide to listen to this person or not. You know, you can lean in on your intuitive guidance. Remember, it said honor and respect. Honor and respect what you feel from the inner well of the vision that you hold for what you want for your future, your life, and in terms of connection or partnership with anybody. You hold the pen to write the next chapter of your life, okay? You will soon be an entrepreneur and be the owner and operator of your own business. So that might be a change. That might not be something that is happening now, but even when you come into reunion or union with this person, that may be what occurs and is on the horizon. Oh, this one was flipped over and it's speaking about self-awareness. So this person has to have the awareness within themselves of how it is that they need to manifest and even come correct when they come into reunion, which is our next card. So reunion is on its way. A surprise is on its way. This person's coming in with an apology, but they may also be coming in with a confession. So do be mindful. They may come in and they may be smoother than a smooth jar Skippy. I keep getting that message come out here in these readings. So they may try to gaslight you in a certain regard and not even speak about what happened in the past. They may not have the bandwidth to do so when they first come in. They may come in with a little breadcrumb just to see how you pick up that breadcrumb. You might not want to pick up that breadcrumb. You might want to make them work for it a little bit, right? Because what I'm feeling is that this person, though it may have been unintentional, they did hurt you. And to just allow for someone to come back in after hurting you so profoundly without any acknowledgement of that, that's not right or fair. They put you in a compromising situation, right? Stand strong on your convictions. Lead in love. Always make sure you're coming from a place of love, but stand strong on your convictions and make sure that you are coming from the highest vantage point of perspective for yourself and in terms of this connection. So now I am going to ask my spirit guides, please allow for us to receive messages from our divine counterpart specifically. And I don't know if you can see, but my puppy is over here. He likes to be with me when I do my readings sometimes. All right. Ooh, my goodness gracious. Thank you so much. They came flying out. Okay, so I'm going to be like putting them in order because of the fact that they came flying out here. That may indicate that this person has so much to say to you, but they're keeping their cards to their chest. And at this time, obviously they are not coming forward, but when they do, it may be like a verbal diarrhea, so to speak. So now we have emotionally immature, and that will happen if someone is not doing the inner work that is necessary. So that person or you which it may be a shared togetherness, again, of things that need to be worked through. They may not be the exact same. You may have received an imprint in your childhood in a certain regard, and this person from their childhood in another regard, and you may have to work through things separately, again, before you are brought into reunion. Where you go, I'll follow, no matter how far. That is a lyric from the song Best Part by H.E.R. and H.E.R. and Daniel Ceasar. So you may want to look up the lyrics because they could align for you. Now we have empathy and compassion. Have empathy and compassion for yourself, for this person, for this connection, for where it is now, but also for where it will end up or where it could. Now we have you're being encouraged to heal past wounds, to come into alignment. We spoke about that. You may both be going through an awakening period. And I actually do have a coin for that. It's one of my favorites. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I left my coins out, I guess for a reason, right? It says, everything's fine, I'm fine, everything is fine. And it appears to be like a dumpster fire. And then on the back it says, the strongest steel is forged in the fire of a dumpster. So that's what it feels like, literally. Like, you're just dealing with all of these things that are coming up, and you have to release them so that you can move forward. So you're both growing through a refinement period, and that's not easy. You might be awakening to the things that are holding you back or keeping you from one another, and that might be making this person pissed off because angry did come out. So now we have you are my everything. So irregardless of what it is that they are growing through, you're still their everything. Find your true calling and life's purpose. So that again may lead you back to coming into alignment with this person. Again, with exploring the childhood dormant dreams. So now we have ghosting. This person has ghosted you in the past or recently. Flowing, not forcing. Allow for things to be in flowful energy. Do not force anything at all. Don't force your energy. Don't force this person. Don't force the divine. Remember, what will occur will, by divine design and in divine time. Now we have another one that says incoming apology. So this person is going to be coming in and they will apologize to you for what has occurred. So now we have you are the sunshine of my life. That's a lyric from a Stevie Wonder song. I think it's Sunshine of My Life. Now we have divine love. So I've been saying it this whole reading. This is a divine love. It is a divine partnership. It is cultivated by the divine. I'm sorry for ever hurting you. If given a chance, I promise to make it up to you. And I love you. So that's where we're going to end this reading. If you give them the opportunity, they will make it up to you. Whatever has occurred in the past was the past. This is now. You may both obviously have done the inner work and be in different energy, or you will when you come back into reunion. Be mindful of the zodiac signs that showed up here in this reading. Again, if they don't align with you or this divine counterpart, they may with the person that is in your energy field that is external to you. Also be mindful of the date span of the seasons that something may be manifested, cultivated, or come into fruition. Your manifestations are on their way. Get ready to have fun, because whatever it is that you have been wanting, dreaming, wishing, and desiring is on its way. The heart of the universe, love is the ultimate truth that transcends all boundaries. Thank you for joining me here. You may only find me here on YouTube at Sacred Love 8. I do not have any other social media. I will never reach out to you from here. Comments have been muted due to trolls and spam. And if you see me on any other social media site and somebody attempts to contact or communicate with you, report and ignore them, and do not fall for any scams, okay? If you are interested in a mini, personal, or extended reading, they may be scheduled at ko-fi.com/sacred love, and I look forward to what Spirit has for you next. All right, so as I was putting the decks of cards away, this one was left behind. Expect the unexpected, so expect the unexpected.